to the Mantis Show. Back for another episode, episode 5. Extra, I'm not gonna fucking do that. That's so cliche. Box Watterson, my co-host. What's up, man?
Oh, yeah.
And with me today, his name speaks for himself. He's a doctor. He's our audio engineer. He's our audio engineer. Guys, I can't tell you how frustrated I am and how sick and tired I am of dealing with audio issues.
My God.
Let me tell you, man, that's something people glorify running a podcast. They make you think that everything is just so
plug
easy.
and play.
Yeah, it's fucking plug in. You know,
we've
met people like that.
Store.
Oh, we just plugged it in. Yeah. It just sounded amazing right out the box. Everything was just perfect. Everything started out just fine. We uploaded it, 1 million downloads instantly. I have a $20,000 Patreon. Everything's so easy for everyone else. And with us, man, dude, we cannot get a break with these fucking audio issues, guys. It seems like every week that we come in here, there's some new phenomenon. There's some new, extremely crazy, extremely off-the-wall bullshit that Google doesn't know how to solve. You can't Google these issues. Like, we're one of those people, you know, you see the guys that have these weird, crazy Akomoko Thithi Pupu Ceciosis diseases, one of these things that are like 1 in a quadrillion chance to get these diseases that the doctors, it takes them 6 months to fucking diagnose because, I mean, who have you ever seen that has like a growing an arm inside of their body disease? Like, what the fuck? No, who expects that? Who goes in with a headache and they're like, oh, here's the problem. You've got a fucking gerbil in your ass. Like, that's not the first thing that you expect. But that's out. We got a gerbil in our ass for our audio.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, you want to specify that that's speaking figuratively.
Yeah, no, that's speaking literally. Fucking literal. I have a gerbil in my ass as we...
Well.
Oh, okay. Anyways, man, you know, this week, dude, you guys ever have those little moments of clarity in your day-to-day life to where, you know, I'm sure everybody's had this happen. You're going to the grocery store, you get in your average guy car, you walk into the grocery store, you buy your average guy groceries. You don't spend $600 on some fucking caviar, and you don't exclusively eat New York strip T-bone steaks. You don't exclusively eat that. You don't
just middle of the road. Just middle.
Yeah. You get what you can afford.
Sometimes you just gotta eat some hamburger helper. I mean,
whatever you gotta do to get by, you get your sustenance on, you know. But every now and then, man, there's these little moments. Something that I don't like. It's a character flaw in me. Sometimes and it's a character flaw in pretty much everybody, I would say. You know, you're walking out the grocery store and you see some guy rolling by in a car that it would take you 25 years of saving every penny that you make to purchase. Every single penny. It's real easy to feel super jealous. It's real easy to feel envious of fucking big high roller over here tossing money. Dude probably wearing a Rolex, probably has a $600,000 home. His wife probably has like 8 titties. It's easy to be jealous of these people. But you know, every now and then, there's a little clarifying moment, a little reality check. Bumps those motherfuckers back. Those rich pricks with their tight pants and that go way too. they look like Caprice almost. And they wear Sperry's and they've got a yacht. You know, those people, it bumps them back down to reality. Shows you you're no better than the rest of us. I see through the facade. I see through the big 7-figure salary, the huge bank account, the stockholder interest rate. Oh my God, the growth percentages. I see through all that shit. You know what helps me see through that stuff?
What?
Whenever I have moments.
Glasses?
Whenever I have moments like what happened to me the other day. I was coming out of the grocery store. I see a fucking Maserati pull up. Maserati, and it's not one of those. It's not like you can see a Porsche sometimes driving down the road, and you're like, oh my God, that's a Porsche. That guy's rich. But it's one of the like low end Porsches. You know, you can get them Porsche. What? Go fuck yourself. And oh my God, everybody's a critic, man. Ride my ass. I've had too much beer. I've had too much beer for this. This is what happens when we have audio issues. I drink excessively, and it fucks with my whole flow. I'm not able to pace myself the way I usually do during the shows. I always drink during the shows. I can't fucking help it.
The mantra is disrupted.
And yeah, anyways, it's not one of those low-end Maseratis. This is one of the top dogs, man. I'm talking this car is at least 100K plus. At least.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, maybe even more than that. Maybe 100. I don't know anything about Maseratis, okay? I just know they're fucking expensive.
Because you'll never be able to afford one.
No, I don't look into, like, how much an investment is into Goldman Sachs Bank to buy, like, 25% of, because I'll never be able to afford that in my life.
Like those stay-at-home moms that watch those TV shows of, like, we're selling mansions. And then the people on the show, they're like, oh, what are your jobs? He's like, I sell flowers. And our budget is like $2 million.
I'm a butterfly collector.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, so we're not on HGTV, and this Maserati is really fucking expensive. And I look at the dude in there. He looks like he's a mix between maybe Fabio, Brad Pitt, and I don't know, somebody a little less handsome. Somebody like Johnny Cash. He looks like a mix between those. He's got some old handsome and some new handsome and some not so handsome kind of just mixed in. All together into one little weird package, but he's rich, so it doesn't he could be a blob. He could be a Ditto from Pokemon, and women would make replicas of themselves with him. So anyways, I look at this guy and I'm like, you son of a bitch. Look at you, high roll. All of a sudden, I'm taken aback for a second. This motherfucker, he's not above us. He's not above us. He's still human. This motherfucker puts his finger knuckle deep in his fucking nose. Oh, dude, and he starts, I see him get it. I see him latch on. He's got it. Deadliest catch. He's fucking reeling this son of a bitch in. And I see him start to roll it. Roll it into a little booger cannonball, ready to catapult. Because and I'm like, oh man, well, he's in a $150,000, $200,000, $300 gajillion car. He's gonna throw it out the window, of course. No, dude, no, he doesn't. He flicks inside. He flicks the booger inside.
My God!
I don't care. It's my boogers. Who cares, man? It's my boogers. So who cares if I step in it?
Oh, yeah, but man. That could be taken two ways. It could be, like you said, kind of take them that step back down to our level, because we do that too.
Maybe,
or it could be like, oh, I can afford another one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't value this extremely expensive Maserati, so I'll just gladly flick.
Yeah. So
if I had a Maserati, I would wear a HEPA mask. So my breath does not get on the windows.
They say rich people, they get rich because they you see rich people picking up pennies and shit off the ground. Penny saved is a penny earned. So rich people, typically they're rich because they've taken care of the shit that they have and they value money. But I just learned something from this little interaction we just had. I learned that you, Doc, you have more of I want to say an optimistic view of it, because you're just like, hey, maybe this is his way back down to earth. This is this guy trying to reconnect with humanity.
That's not my view.
Well, that's the way you made it seem. You said, well,
no, I'll say it's because he's so rich he doesn't care.
Okay, well, you just fucking flip flopped, Hillary Clinton. What did you say?
I said he could probably just buy another one.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are just on the same page, and I can go fuck myself.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but it does show him as a human being.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice, man? Because you see the whole reality TV, and that's what it's supposed to do. Reality TV is supposed to humanize some, like the Kardashians. It's supposed to humanize them and make them seem more like people.
It does the opposite.
But it does the exact opposite, because everything is so scripted that you're never really sure if you're getting Kim Kardashian or if you're getting the producers. You don't know who's speaking those words. You don't know what's going on. It's a completely messed up situation. Either way, moving on, because no conversation about the Kardashians leads anywhere.
No.
Anywhere good.
No.
And I just
Ass grinding halt.
Yeah, it brings the whole conversation, the whole podcast to an ass grinding halt. You know, just talking about doing a podcast. You know, there's something that I've noticed about doing a podcast, and I know for a fact you guys have noticed it too. Doing a podcast, it makes you realize every flaw, every little fucking thing that's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a problem with the word like.
Yeah, there's crutch words. I've got a problem. And, you know, I almost don't even want to mention my crutch word because maybe you never noticed it, but you probably have.
Oh, yeah. I definitely noticed it while we were editing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. We got to the point to where when we were editing episode, I think it was episode 2, we became so familiar with the word okay and how the sound waves looked that we could identify the word okay just by looking at the sound waves. It's ridiculous, man. And what's your crutch?
Mine was, hey.
Yeah, you've done a really good job of getting rid of that, though.
I have, yeah.
You've done pretty well. And
I still got some work to do.
Yeah, we all do. You guys ever just have a weird experience waking up? And what's your weirdest experience waking up? Like what's the one of the, I don't want to say the weirdest. What's something recent that's happened to you? Like it's an odd awakening that you've had to deal with.
I mean, for the most part, recently it's been fine. But I remember a time where I think I've only sleptwalked once in my life.
Well, no, that's asleep though. You're still asleep. I'm talking about waking up.
Yeah, but the thing is I woke up in a different spot than where I fell asleep. So that was the weird thing about waking up.
No, box. That's called roofling. You mean like one of those situations where you like wake up? I've had it happen before. You wake up and you're like, oh. Shit, I'm late for work.
No,
and then you're like, wait a minute.
I mean, like Saturday. Somebody wakes you up and they're like, hey, the house is on fire, or something just fucking out of the ordinary. Well, look, I'll give you guys time. I'll give you guys time to think about that because I had something that happened the other day. So it's 3 a.m. and I don't sleep well as it is. And my fiance, I'm laying on my side and my back's facing her, and all of a sudden I just hear this maniacal laughing. This evil, maniacal, just this maniacal. I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn around, she's laughing, and her eyes are closed. She's asleep, and she's smiling just like a fucking gremlin or something. And yeah, she's smiling like a gremlin, like she's some evil supervillain, and everything's just come together just perfectly for her. I'm like, hey, babe, stop it. What are you laughing about? And she starts laughing harder. She starts laughing even harder. And I'm like, why are you laughing? Babe, you're starting to freak me out. I'm like, stop. I'm like elbowing her in the chest. I'm like punching her in the face. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, and she's just still asleep and she's still laughing. I'm like, I'm like, oh my God. So I just turn over and I just kind of like, you know that little uncomfortable shrug you do? You take your shoulders and you move them up towards your ears, and you
just become a turtle.
You get them way up there.
Yeah. You try to turtle. You try to make your head recede into your torso, into your body cavity. You try to turtle head it. I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with this woman? And she keeps laughing, and then she finally goes, I just had a really funny dream about you. I'm like, oh yeah, what was it? She said, I had a dream that, and I have no idea why she would have this dream. There's nothing that has ever happened. Listen, you'll understand. She said that she had a dream that she was putting tanning lotion on me. She was putting tanning lotion on my legs. Ooh, what was that? And she's putting tanning lotion on my legs, and I was laying on my back. And then she said she went to put it on my butt, and she lifted my legs up like a baby, like when you wipe the baby's ass and you're changing the baby's diaper. And she said that she saw my butthole, and I got really embarrassed.
Oh my god, what the
And
fuck?
I was like, oh, turtle head. I succeeded in turtle heading.
It's fully receded into the body.
But my face was sitting there. I was like, man, lungs, can you guys fucking scooch over? I was like, make some room in here. I don't need all these organs. I don't. That's it. There's just too many organs in your body. You can't fucking put your head in and hide from people. But I was like, man, that's embarrassing. Like, I felt embarrassed for my dream self.
Yeah.
In her brain. And she's never. I'm like pasty white. You put me out in the sun, and it's like you can get snow blindness looking at me. You know, you fucking people have to wear sunglasses whenever they're snowboarding and stuff because the light. Yeah, that happens, but with my skin. So I don't put tanning lotion on or anything like that. I don't know why that happened. So that's my waking up story. You guys thought of anything yet?
Not really. Not anything recent.
Yeah,
all my things are from like when I was a kid.
All right. Well, what happened when you were a kid?
Well, there was one time I fell asleep on the couch and then I woke up on the floor, but the way I got woken up was my sister came into the room because I was asleep in the living room on the couch. She came in and she just like starts playing this loud music and I start freaking out. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Are we under attack right now?
We got a fucking marching band coming through my house. What's going on?
I was freaking out. I was like,
at first, I thought the story was gonna be really bad. It's like, oh yeah, I found out I just rolled off the couch. It was.
Well, that's what it sounds like. Also, apparently, I hurt myself doing that because I woke up. My shoulder was just fucked.
Oh no, what it was, man? You tried turtle head and your shoulder,
one
shoulder
was trying to go way up.
Yeah, and the other
and
one
it rolled me off the couch.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh man, so I've realized that I need to start working out again. I need to go back to the gym. I'm about to start a mandate for the Mantis show. Every member of the Mantis show, we got to do fucking 20 push-ups we need to do some initiative to get my ass to finally try to build my body back up.
I want to go ahead and put a PSA out there. I will be quitting the Mantis show after trying to force me to do push-ups. Yeah, I'm gonna have to quit.
I mean, I've built this schedule now. Like every other day, I do workouts. Like I got a couple weights at home, and I do some curls and stuff, and then a couple push-ups. Yeah, nothing with legs though, because fuck legs.
Hey, yeah, you got a nice Sears catalog you could lift.
Yeah, that thing's like 10 pounds.
I mean, yeah, well, man, that's probably the only use I would get out of it.
You know what made me start feeling guilty? You know when you see somebody that's super motivated and they just make you feel like a total piece of shit. Well, I was at Target the other day, and this guy, I was parked on. There's the outskirts side parking of like lots of businesses and stuff. Like you can't even see the entrance of the building. You're so far away. Well, I'm really far back in this parking lot. And I look over, there's another parking lot next, like adjacent to this one. And there's this guy walking towards this big-ass gym, this big gym that's literally 2 football fields away. And this dude is doing lunges every step of the way.
Oh, wow.
He's doing lunges going to the gym. I'm like, this motherfucker is so motivated. He's not wasting a single moment just walking. He's like, why walk when I can fucking jump rope? Why should I just stand when I'm brushing my teeth when I can jog? Why, when I'm taking a shit, why am I not doing calf lifts, calf raises? Like, why does that not happen? That's
a guy who knows how to use his time.
Yeah, that made me think about something. I've thought it before. It's funny because like whenever a girl sees like another like, good-looking girl, they're like, oh, she's so pretty.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, oh my God, she's so pretty. Whenever a guy sees, like, another good-looking guy, we're just like, yeah,
I bet you got a little...
fucking douchebag.
Yeah, I bet you got a little dick.
He's a douchebag. Look at this piece of shit fucking douche.
Yeah, steroids, little dick.
That's how guys... That's the guy pride going in, like, oh, you think you're so hot?
I could take him. I could
kick his ass.
Yeah, just because you got 36-inch biceps don't mean you can take a kick to the dick. It doesn't mean that. I could take him out in 2 fucking seconds. You watch this, baby. Baby, watch it. Watch me do this. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna fight for your honor. And I'm gonna say I'm fighting for your honor, but it's really mine. And I'm gonna protect my pride.
Just so I can go to bed at night and not feel like a loser.
If it was me that saw that guy at Target, I'd have been sitting there like, what are you trying to prove, you fucking douche?
Yeah, and
look at you, Mister. Oh, I can do lunges. Yeah, I bet you think you're hot shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, you trying to? What you trying to do, buddy? You trying to make me look? You trying to make me look bad in front of my?
You trying to prove a point or something?
Yeah, what's it?
Fuck
You want
outta
a fucking race? You want a foot race? You want a foot race with me in a fisticuffs? Let's go. It's like that's literally the first. That's always the first reaction with guys, and in women, it kind of goes like this. With women, when they say to each other, "Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're so smart. You're so great."
Oh, it's condescending.
They don't mean it. They really don't mean it. But when guys are like, "Hey, you're a piece of shit," they really.
Oh, we mean it.
Yeah, they mean it. And whenever
we say, "Dude, you're buff as fuck."
Yeah, we mean it.
We mean that you're buff
Who
as
says
fuck.
that? I mean,
I can point out a dude and be like, "Man, you are buff as fuck."
Man,
I'm
I
not
ain't
afraid
gay.
to say that. Man, I'm not afraid to say that.
I ain't gay, man, but I want to kiss those arms. I want to kiss
mean,
those biceps.
really? They just pull you in.
They pull you in and they caress you, they coddle you, they rock you to sleep like a little baby, and then
they pull you into a full Nelson.
No, and they lift your legs up and they put fucking tannin lotion on your ass like a little baby. That's what those big arms do. So, I'm gonna go back. So bear with us on all the audio issues, guys. If our audio sounds worse this episode than it has the other ones, sorry, fucking sorry. We are enjoying it much less than you are. I promise you. And these audio issues and all this crap with accumulating all this new equipment, it's caused a couple more issues other than some crackling and some popping on the recordings. One of those issues being last episode 4, we did a little E3 segment. You're gonna, whenever you listen to episode 4, because we're a couple weeks behind. We're like 2 weeks behind.
At this point, you should have already listened to it.
At this point, you should have already known everything. And we wanted to deliver all this stuff to you guys in a timely manner, but everything's so messed up. And we just had so many issues getting some of our new equipment set up that we were unable to release the episodes in time. So you're gonna listen to this. You're gonna listen to episode. Once you get to episode 4, you're gonna be like, "Well, what, dude? That was like a month ago. What the fuck are you guys talking? You guys are living in yesteryear. What are you talking about?" But just letting you know, just trying to fill you in on what it is. We didn't want to cut it out because it's, we like to be honest with everybody and kind of share our experiences in this show with everyone and what we go through to fucking bring this hot spicy content to your ears.
I mean, that's part of the show.
Yeah, it is.
Shit that goes on behind the
dude,
scenes.
and holy shit, man, I cannot believe the positive responses we've gotten on Twitter. And dude, shout out to everybody on there. That there's a lot of good fucking people out there, dude. Man, I've had an issue. Everybody has an issue nowadays. Everybody's so goddamn cynical. Everybody has zero faith in humanity, but I have been under the impression that Twitter is a flaming dumpster fire.
I mean, mostly.
It is. Exactly, it is. But then you message these people and you find out, hey, it's just like the booger guy. It's like you message them.
They're just people.
Yeah, you get it. They're just people, man. They're just people, and they just want to flick their fucking boogers wherever they feel like it. It doesn't matter what kind of car they drive, what country they're from. They just want to flick their fucking boogers like you. And yeah, they may talk shit whenever they're just tweeting at you. But dude, we've had a great fucking response so far. Hopefully that doesn't jinx anything, but good thing I don't believe in jinxing.
Yeah.
So, anyways, man, that's another thing I've noticed about myself. I say anyways. Maybe that's the country in me. I say anyways. It's supposed to be anyway. Anyway. I've said anyways my entire life.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping now. You won't change me, internet. You won't change me, podcast. I am me. I'm Mantis. Okay? And Mantis wants to tell you, I'm not talking third person, wants to tell you about something that happens to him every single time he tries to get away. He tries to get away, tries to go out and enjoy himself. And then something that happened every time I try to go out and enjoy myself. I just end up at home drinking. That's what happens every single time. So I decided, I was like, man, you know what sounds really good to me? Going away for just 2 days, a modest 2-day experience, going out into the mountains somewhere, getting a cabin. I don't give a shit about some crazy tourist experience. I don't need to go to some insane show to where there's live performers, circus-esque people running around, acting and getting on flying trapezes and shit. I don't want any of that. I want to be on a mountain somewhere with a beer in my hand, a charcoal grill, and a nice, beautiful view. Just a nice, beautiful view, a relaxing view on a deck somewhere in the mountains in a cabin. That's all I fucking asked for. That's all I want. That's all I fucking want is a goddamn cabin. Is that too much to ask?
I mean, not really. I mean,
2 days. 2 days, Box. 2 days. Whenever you hear somebody say they take a vacation, typically it's what? A week?
So.
Two fucking weeks? Some of those crazy people that take like a month off. All I want is 2 days. 2 days to where I don't have to deal with the mundane, everyday grind of working my ass off, coming home, fucking shoveling food into my mouth, shitting, showering, and going to bed after some, a Naruto binge session. But, so... That's all I wanted, man. I just wanted 2 fucking days to where I could go out, me, my fiance, one of my best friends and his fiance and their son. We just wanted to go out and have a wholesome family fucking getaway. Just something just to kind of rewind a little bit, lubricate the gears, or
just get away from it all.
Yeah. Just
the daily grind.
Just fucking let it go for a minute. Forget about it. I don't want cell phone signal. I don't want to know what is going on politically. I don't want to know what new YouTube videos have dropped that I'm channels I'm subscribed to. I don't want to know anything. For all I know, the entire Western world has been nuked except the place that I'm at right now. Everyone's dead except me, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've got at least those 2 days of fucking solace.
Yeah.
Well, you know what happens to me every single time? Every single time I try to book a cabin. Every time this has happened to me. This happened to me last year. Last year I booked a hotel room, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm 22 years old. And last year I was 21. I booked this hotel room, $160, not that bad. 2 nights. I said, hey, I want 2 nights. The world can give me 2 days and 2 nights away. 3 days and 2 nights, whatever. It can give me that away from the daily grind of trying to get it in this world. So I booked the hotel, and I read all the descriptions, because that's how they get you, the fine print.
Yeah.
You accept the fine print without reading it, and for all you know, you just said they could fuck your dog up the ass anytime they want for indefinitely.
I mean, it's a contract.
Yeah. For all you know, that's what you just agreed to. They can take your car, they can shit in your car, and you're not allowed to clean it up, for all you know, legally. And anyways. I don't like saying anyway. It doesn't feel right to me.
No.
Anyway, I booked this hotel room, and I then get a confirmation letter. It says, hey, you blah, 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 blah. You booked a hotel for this day, check in, check out time, blah, 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 blah. Must be 25 years old to check in. I said, hold the fuck up. Are you kidding me? You're going to throw a cog. You're going to throw a wrench in my cogs into my fucking gears and destroy my whole vacation apparatus in an email 5 minutes after I fucking book it. So I call them and I'm like, hey, so I just read this and it says that I have to be 21 to rent a room. And they're like, yeah, that's correct. And I'm like, okay, it says I have to be 25 to check in. They're like, yep, that's right. I'm like, okay, so can I bring someone that's 25 with me to check me in? Since I pay for this fucking room, you're not going to let me check in. Can I bring somebody with me that's 25? You know, I'm not gonna. I'll bring my fiance, but maybe I'll bring my fucking grandpa along or something, and have him check me in, and then he can go home. No, well, I mean, if they're the person that is the person who paid for it, if their name is on the transaction, they can do it. I'm like, oh, so let me get this straight. So you're telling me that I just gave you $160 or $180 fucking dollars, and all for what?
Nothing.
So for fucking nothing. So you can tell me that I am allowed to give you my money to reserve this, but I'm not allowed to fucking sleep in the goddamn bed that I fucking paid for. And I was like, okay, give me my money back. I want every dollar back. They're like, oh, well, not, man, hey, Mantis, you agreed. You accepted the terms and conditions of the contract. We can give you 50% back.
Oh,
so
fuck.
In literally the course of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it was, I lost like $80. Just fucking gone. Gone with the wind. Gone with the wind, dude. Down the drain. Whatever other fucking metaphor you want to use to describe the evaporation of money right before your very eyes. That's what happened to me. And it's no different with this whole cabin, getting a cabin this year. This year I wanted to go full blown. I want to get a cabin, and I went to reserve the cabin. They're like, oh, you need like a 4-night minimum stay. We're in peak season. Not only are we doubling the prices, but you've got to stay here your entire life. And once you check in, you can't check out. You got to stay at least 4 days, 3 days. I'm like, okay, well, is there any cabins that you have a 2-day limit on? Oh, yeah, here. Actually, yeah. You know what? This one has actually got a good deal on it. It's 50% off, and you can get it for 2 days. I'm like, fantastic. So, how much is it? And they're like, well, this cabin has a jacuzzi, a hot tub. And I'm like, yeah, so how much is it? They're like, yeah, and overlooking a scenic route.
They're trying to sell
a nice
it
charcoal.
To you.
And I'm like, yeah, but how much is it? It's pool table upstairs. There's an entertainment room downstairs. I'm like, tell me how much this fucking cabin is. They're like, well, it'll be $700 a night, $1,400 total before the cleaning fees and the taxes and the blood sacrifice that you're going to have to give.
Your left kidney.
I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go dig a fucking hole and bury myself in it, and that's going to be my 2-day vacation.
I mean, might as well. You're going to be fucking dead anyway trying to pay that off.
Yeah, do you think I'm made of money? You think Mantis, you think I'm made of fucking money? I'm just an average Joe. I work just as hard as anybody else. I want to know who can afford $700 a night to stay in a cabin.
That guy with the booger Maserati.
Yeah, that guy.
Guy. Yeah, but it's funny because I told them I wanted a 2-bedroom cabin. Motherfuckers, everybody's always trying to upsell you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have a 6-bedroom.
No,
we don't have that many people.
You know how many bedrooms this was?
How many?
8 bedrooms.
Oh my god!
Do you know?
I thought I was aiming high with 6.
Do you know how many people that could sleep in there? That could stay in there? It could
probably like 16.
Yeah, literally like 16. It was like 16
Jesus
or 15 or 16.
Christ.
It was ridiculous. It was beautiful. It looked like something fucking, I don't know, Hillary Duff would live in or something. I'm sure she lives in a nice house. But, dude, I give up. I give up. I guess I just don't need a vacation.
It's not meant for vacation.
I guess that I'm one of those people, the unlucky, the unfortunate schmucks that's just meant to stay in his little town and stay within his own little bubble and just work. No, I'm not deserving of a vacation, apparently. All right, well, anyway, on a mansplaining, I'd like to mansplain something to you guys this week. And let's take a note for all the listeners out there. Everything in this show, pretty much, including mansplaining, Doc and Box have no idea what I'm about to mansplain to them. No. They don't know what the hell's going on. We're going for an organic experience here for you guys. We're going for a nice little down homegrown, no non-GMO organic conversation. Gluten-free, GMO-free. No pesticides, nothing. This mansplaining's fresh off the vine, motherfuckers. This week, mansplaining. Let me back it up again. I'm getting ahead of myself so much this week. This is what happens whenever we go a week or two without recording. My flow gets all messed up. That's what happens, man. They're trying to All this technology's trying to fuck up our content, trying to fuck up our show. Anyways, mansplaining, we're going to talk about something that you think you know everything about. You think you're fully aware of everything dealing with this subject, this item, this topic, whatever it is, whatever it may be. You think you know just about all there is to know about it, but you don't even have the gist of it. You don't know half of what there is to uncover. This week, water.
Water?
Water. That's right.
Oh my God.
The water. And I can see the little gears turning in your heads.
What have you got to mansplain about water?
Water. Man, water, it's not that I'm going to bitch about water, but it's a little different this week. Water, it's something that it's a subject that it's really fucked up if you think about it. If you think about water too hard, it's really fucked up. It's something, it's essential to life, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
How is that water's fault, though?
I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, okay? I'm not pointing fingers at water. I'm just saying water is something that, if you think about it really hard, it's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up, dude. It's kind of fucked up and it's beautiful at the same time. But water, have you ever noticed that you've let's take a nice glass of whiskey, for example.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in this world, nothing in this entire universe that is worse than a glass of whiskey with water in it.
Yeah.
Watered down whiskey or any
drink
alcohol in general.
Any drink, period.
Yeah, you think about it. A smoothie. What if you got a nice, delicious, fucking sweet, tart, beautiful smoothie? You got some bananas in there, some berries, whatever. There's nothing worse than if it's watered down.
Yeah.
Water's a peculiar thing because if you add water to something, it makes it so much worse. It makes it something that you've wasted your money on this smoothie. You've wasted your money and your time and money and energy on this whiskey. It's provided nothing but a disappointment.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's something, but water in itself, by itself, water tastes fine.
Yeah.
It tastes great.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
And water tastes better if you add stuff to it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you add lemon to water, it tastes better. Yeah. But if you add water to lemonade, it tastes worse.
Yeah.
It's like
I never thought about that. No.
Yeah, it's like what other substance is like that? What other substance is like say you've got some mashed potatoes. So you add mashed potatoes to your corn, it tastes great. But you add corn to your mashed potatoes, that tastes great too. It's like it goes one way but not the other with water. Water's a peculiar thing. And if you think about it a little bit, if you dig in a little bit deeper, and this is the shit that I think of. And most of the time, whenever I do my mansplaining, I just think of the topic and then I go with it. I don't want to break the magic here, but I just want to let you know how big of a marvel this segment is. I'm proud of this segment. And you know what? I hope you guys enjoy it. But with water, you know, you're like, what humans are made of what, like 75% water?
Yeah,
I think it's like
that.
80.
80, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. 80% water. Dude, you've got to think about that. Water is what makes your piss.
Mm-hmm.
It's what makes your piss. Every time you drink water, you're drinking like the essence of piss and shit and bile in your liver, bodily fluids. You're drinking everything that makes up all the gross, nasty excretions that your body produces. All the glandular little, the hormones and the adrenaline that's expressed in your glands. Most of this shit is all water. Water is kind of fucked up, man. You think about it, every time I turn on my tap, that's somebody's shit juices coming, recycled shit juices coming back at me.
I mean, we have sewage treatment plants, so that's what it's for.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, water...
We're like astronauts. They're up in space drinking their own piss to survive.
You seen that movie The Martian?
Yeah.
Where he takes his shit, he gets the little dehydrated shit packets, and he like makes water out of the hydrogen gas or whatever. He catches it on fire and he uses it to.
And then he fertilizes potatoes with his own shit.
Potato.
And he eats shit potatoes.
Shit potato. All potatoes are shit potatoes.
I mean, yeah.
Well, at least most are.
All plants are shit plants.
All
exactly.
plants are. Everything's shit. Everything.
Everything grows better. in
Everything
manure.
with water in it has one point in
That's
time.
a future mansplaining talk. Why does shit, literal shit, make things grow better?
Yeah. Why is it that everything good in life, there's always a drawback?
Yeah.
There's always a drawback.
Oh man, this is a good, ripe, just delicious tomato. Oh well, it was grown
you mean
in shit.
Oh, it came out of a cow's ass. Oh, great. Oh, this steak. Oh, it's magnificent. It's rare. It's wonderful. It's juicy. It's nice and just got the grill lines on it. Oh, you mean an animal was treated brutally and its throat was slit and its blood was drained out in order to... Man, could you just fucking let me enjoy my anything?
All right, settle down over there, PETA.
PETA. Well,
PETA.
but back to water, man. It's really crazy because you think about the same shit that you drink on a daily basis that your body is mostly composed of. That's the same shit. Like, you can take water and put it into a radiator of a car. You can mix it with some like concentrated antifreeze, and that same shit that lubricates your bowels, that travels out of your urethra, the same shit that goes down your throat and quenches your thirst, and that hopefully, according to Box, keeps you from getting a hangover if you drink plenty of it. That same shit is able to cool an engine.
Yeah.
It's able to cool an engine. That same shit, enough of it in one concentrated area creates an ocean. An ocean that is agitated enough creates a goddamn tsunami. You are drinking something that's what tsunamis are made of.
That's
man.
probably killed hundreds of people.
It's killed. It's killed
I mean,
millions
all the drownings
of people.
of
You're
history.
drinking liquid genocide.
Yeah.
Liquid genocide. That's exactly
what water is. And you can with water, it's amazing because like you see all these health TV shows, and they tell you to drink a gallon of water a day or two. All these ridiculous amounts of water you're supposed to drink. You know, you can over drink water. You can drink. You can become intoxicated by water.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing that I can think of that I can use in any situation ever, and it can get me drunk. Like, I can't use beer to clean my countertops. I can't wash dirt from my hands with... Well, I guess I can with beer, but that'd be a waste of beer.
Yeah, who wants
It's
to do
the
that?
only thing that is the most valuable thing in existence, and it is the most disposable, least value thing in existence. I mean, unless you live in Africa. But but we don't live in Africa.
Or California. They occasionally have issues with that.
Yeah. They can't get enough of it. But you know what? I'll give a plus to water, because statistically, at one point, some of the water that is inside of our bodies was probably inside a dinosaur.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's kind of like how they say every person on the planet is, what is it, the 7 degrees or 14 degrees of connection? What's it called?
Whatever.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, 6 degrees of separation. Thank you, Doc. That PhD paid off. You are
not verified.
in some way connected to every single person on the planet through 6 different degrees of like there's 6 people, or I guess is it 5 people between you and Donald Trump, or
we figured out we're only about 5 or 6 degrees from Donald Trump, so that's a pretty big deal.
yeah. Let's just say, Mr. Trump, I know you're out there listening.
Yeah, I know you listen to the Mantis show.
When you're not listening to Alex Jones.
Yeah, when you're not listening to Alex Jones, you're listening to even more crazy conspiracy theories. You're listening to people that are even more out of their minds, and they're
complaining about water.
Yeah, complaining about water, and I'm not.
and-
I don't want to just completely shit on water. You know, I'm complimenting water by saying it's versatile, but I'm shitting on it by saying that it's literally been in contact with shit.
Yeah. I mean, you could break it down even further and say, like, water has gone into a sewage treatment plant into a giant shit tank where due to heat, part of it's evaporated and you
can't get rid of it.
Turned into condensation in the clouds and then rained into rivers, and then the rivers are taken into a water treatment plant and then into your tap or wherever, and you drink it. So you're indirectly through 6 or so degrees of separation, you're literally drinking shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is.
The science lesson aside, I just don't have enough faith in a fast food worker to get my order right.
Oh, dude,
I don't have enough. I already
know what you're gonna say.
I don't have
even
enough.
Say it.
I'm gonna stir this evil up, and I'm gonna bring this thought into your head. Every time you go to a fast food restaurant, I went to a pizza place the other day, and at this pizza place, there's this guy. He's walking. He's got probably 16 boxes in his hands. He's got a ridiculous amount of pizza boxes in his hands, and I walk in, and he's like stumbling, trying to figure out what the fuck to do with these pizza boxes so he can serve me, so he can get me my order. And there's a table sitting right next to him. He panics and he sits the pizza boxes on the fucking floor. Sits the pizza boxes on the floor. I'm like, man, that you could have wiped his ass with my pizza for all I know. I don't have
Just
enough.
The incompetence of people.
I don't have enough faith in people to take the path of least resistance, to follow the model that water follows, of taking the path to the lowest ground, traveling downhill, doing the path of the least resistance. I don't trust people to do that and to sit pizza boxes on tables. So I definitely don't trust people to take shit particles out of the water that I drink.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You really think?
No, now I'm gonna be thinking about this for a while.
Do you really think Joe Bob, old guy that's making $12 an hour at the sewage fucking treatment plant, he's got to smell shit all day? Do you think that he likes his job?
No.
Do you think that he cares enough about his job to where if he's like, oh well, look, there's a dookie floating around in the what's supposed to be clean drink. You know what? I should get that. I should probably fishnet that out of there like a little goldfish. I should probably get that out of there. But you know what, man?
And then tell my supervisor about it and be like, "Hey, we gotta do this all over again."
Yeah, they're not gonna taste the shit. They don't know what shit tastes like. They couldn't identify it if they did taste. They just like, man, this has got some mercury or something in it. That must be. This is some hard water. Yeah, it's some hard water. That hard water is filled with feces.
Oh fuck.
I'm sure there's. That's why, man. All the water I drink in my house, we got some good tasting water in my city. But
we do.
I put it through a Brita.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even, dude. The guy at the Brita.
Don't even have faith.
Don't even have faith in those Brita guys. I'm sure they're out there like, man. There's a. I
lost the filter on the floor.
Oops! I fucking lost my finger in this batch of filters. Whatever. I mean, it's the end of my shift.
I don't usually buy into the whole like the fancy overpriced bottled water and all that, like Voss or whatever come in the fancy thing. Yeah, I don't usually buy into the smart water. I always thought that was stupid. I mean,
it is dumb.
But I found one a long while back and I fell for it. I didn't fall for it. It's better. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe their marketing worked, but Fiji water, man, it's good shit. It has.
Look, nobody's disputing not all water is created equal.
Yeah.
It's I definitely say that water that's bottled at the source and it's not, distilled or treated or any of that shit.
Because you have a giant factory, 100 yards from the source doesn't. I mean.
Well, man,
when I picture bottled from the source, what I want to picture is just some guy with a big crate of empty water bottles and he's just dipping it down into this natural spring and sending it to you.
Yeah, like you got an Amish guy. Yeah, he's got like the whole milkman look and he's got the old glass bottles and he puts it on a little tap and it's coming straight out the side of a rock face on a mountain. Yeah. And he's just fills it up and he puts a little cap on it and he puts a little label and he's like, man, someone's really going to enjoy this.
But instead it's probably actually bottled in a factory where Like Mantis,
Instead,
I don't have a
just some
faith. I don't
dude
have enough
stick a-
faith in them to not end up mixing shit parts
Just some
into the
dude
water.
like just dumping the bottles into the like fucking toilet, getting the water out
Yeah,
of there.
and then
there
he
you
puts
go.
it through a coffee filter.
Yeah,
he
he's
just
like,
lets it drip
it's
through.
clean
fine.
now.
That's really what it is. And dude, water. You not only do you have to look out for water, because there's always, especially at the bottle at source places, there's always like risks of salmonella and all these crazy like listeria and all this stuff. Dude, hummus is one of my favorite things on the planet, and I can never go to the store and buy hummus and feel okay about eating it.
It's always recalled.
It's always, you notice that too?
Yes.
It's always recalled, man. And Sabra, I stopped eating the Sabra hummus because one, it's not great, but I tolerate it because they got a bunch of different flavors, but it's always on recall. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to eat this brand of hummus anymore. So I switched to a different brand of hummus, and I went to the store the other day when I saw Burger Dude, and the brand that I've been eating is on recall now. So either I have an immune system that's some next level shit,
or you just got lucky.
or I just got lucky.
Yeah.
I bought some flour a couple months back. Flour was on fucking recall.
What the fuck?
Some flour. I'm like, man, what?
Again, you can't have faith in anyone to do anything
I'm gonna
right.
go
It's a life lesson.
I'm gonna turn to some minimalist living fucking religion, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go Amish, dude. I'm gonna go Amish, and I'm gonna farm all my stuff, because then that's the only way I'm gonna know for sure that I'm not gonna open up a can of tuna and there's gonna be a newt head in it, or that I'm not gonna open up a can of peanut butter and some dude's fucking testicles there's gonna be some testicle imprint there. That's the only way I'm gonna know that I'm not getting fucked, that I'm not eating someone's pubic hair or someone sneezing. They say that chances are you've eaten food that somebody sneezed on in a factory.
Oh yeah, 100%.
God,
Just the incompetence of everybody.
can't trust no one. I don't even trust you, Box.
I mean,
I
barely trust myself.
You handed me a beer earlier, and I switched it out with Docs, because I was like, man, I don't know. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna get my own beer. Anyways, you guys ever been to a gynecologist?
no.
Nope.
Not like personally. Not like you went to a gynecologist and then they got in there like, yeah, that's not a vagina at all. That's not like that kind of story. Man, that's one of the most uncomfortable things ever for me, because my old lady had a yearly checkup or whatever. Girls got to go to that. And man, sitting out in the lobby, the only thing you can think about is how miserable the he or she or whatever the person is back there working his stuff or her stuff, how miserable they must be sometimes. You gotta think, dude, it's not this like Playboy bunny, Playboy mansion little experience to where
They just see the worst stuff that comes
they're
through
like,
there.
they're like, hey, I got this what does that look like to you? That big growth, right?
It just looks like a jumbled up tumbleweed. That's what it looks like.
You
Just
never go
meat all just tangled up on top of each other.
It looks like somebody took an Arby's roast beef sandwich and they got it out of the trash and they
oh god, just awful.
They never go there because everything's okay. You never go to the doctor because you're like, you know what, doc, I feel great, so I just want you to look at me and be like, hey,
Can you just confirm I'm great, please?
can you just look? I want you to look at my genitals. Just look at me. Look at that. Look what I got going on. I'm proud of this. You never go there because of that. You gotta.
Y'all don't do that?
You gotta imagine.
I'm the only one? What?
I mean, we got an exhibitionist over here, but you gotta think. Going to high school, middle school, you hear all the dudes joking like, yeah, man, I'm gonna grow and be a gynecologist, dude. That's what I'm gonna get in on that. That's a sweet deal, dude. How in the hell did we trick women into falling for this one?
Oh,
Getting to look
it's
at
like those fucking T-shirts, the FBI. It's like federal booby inspector.
Yeah,
or something.
female body.
Oh,
inspector.
that's what it was.
That's what Oh god.
That's what it is.
Man, that's how it is. It's like, man, you think do people actually fall for that? I don't know. Maybe they do, but that's kind of what the gig seems like when you're a middle schooler, and then you grow up and you realize like, wow, I bet there's a lot of STDs rolling in and out of that.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid to breathe the air. I'd be in a hazmat suit, like capable of fending off radiation, like taking my little what are those little things that detect radiation?
Fucking
Geiger counters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be having my Geiger. But like, nah, bitch. I'm
Not what
sorry.
they
I'm
sound
not.
like.
I'm not gonna be able to do this.
we got to bring the
Sorry.
government in.
This
No,
woman.
we got a code 42.
Yeah, this woman's been drinking some water that came into contact with some uranium or some plutonium or something, which is you've probably done it. You've probably done it. That's it. It's going back to the water. You know, man, I've been really lately. I've been into. Tell you what I've been into. I've been into like gardening and growing. Speaking of this, you know, I know we're talking about this, but I've been growing my own tomatoes and like cilantro, and I started some flowers from seeds. Do you guys know that there is an artist in New York? His name's Sam Van Aken, and he's a professor at Syracuse University. And this guy has been able to create a tree that can bear 40 different kinds of fruit.
What?
Yes. Like, you walk up to this tree, and it's got, like, apples, oranges, peaches, pears, plums, all this different kinds of shit on it. Just growing from the same exact tree. It's the same tree.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I didn't even know that was possible. And
Sounds like a bunch of GMO to me.
no, dude,
I mean, whatever. I'll take it.
Yeah.
you know what I love about hearing stories?
Give me one of those in my yard.
Yeah, you know what I love about hearing stories about stuff like this? I love that sometimes, you ever notice if the most amazing shit is usually the most unamazing shit ever. The process behind it is usually the most simple thing ever. You like, if you don't know anything about cars, your car breaks down. Dude, you're speaking a different language to some people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people would have no idea where to start on repairing this vehicle, but you take it into a shop and they just make it work. It's like magic. And there's this weird, crazy feeling that you get from it. This guy, literally, how he does it? He cuts off a branch from one tree and he tapes it onto a cut branch of another, and it fucking grows together. That's it.
Serious?
That's fucking it. That's like you're going to tell me brain surgery, all the dude does is he cuts open the skull, takes a spoon, spoons it out, and then spoons a new one in. He's got a big ice cream scoop. And he puts some nice Elmer's glue around the skull just to mend it back.
Patched it right up.
That's basically what you're telling me.
Oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, isn't that incredible?
That's crazy.
Anyways, what do you got? Oh, drop something. Doc, what do you got this week?
Well, it's been a little while, but decided tonight I'm gonna do a little life-splaining for y'all. Some tips, tricks, and pointers to improve your quality of life. Tonight I want to talk about. I figured it out. I figured out how the secret that everyone wants to know. There's so many people out there talking about it. Success. People talking about their Lamborghini and their house in the Hollywood Hills, but they like their bookshelves better.
And the booger guy.
And the booger guy. They're all successful. And everyone just wants to know, how'd you get there? Well, I figured it out. It's actually, a lot easier than what you might have thought.
So like the brain surgery. Like, oh, dude, all there is to removing that tumor, just take a fucking kitchen
Ice cream scoop.
Ice cream scoop and...
just fish it on out of there, dude.
Go into Photoshop and make a certificate saying that you got a PhD.
Yeah,
it's super easy.
Yeah. Oh, so kind of like what you did, Doc.
Who did that? All right, so basically, I've narrowed it down into a nice... Cause everyone loves a nice 3-step program.
Yeah.
Everyone loves that.
Yeah, alcoholics.
Alcohol. I don't think theirs is like 12 or something.
Yeah, I think it's 12.
But
she gets dicey with with addiction.
But I've broken it down. There's no 12 steps here. It's just 3 simple steps. All right. And given throughout the steps, they might have a couple options in them. For instance, step 1, it actually has 2 options. So option 1 is to just be good at something.
So like natural talent. Like
natural talent.
I was born...
So pretty much on option 1, if you've managed to do that, you're done. Go Go back to your perfect life.
You won the gene pool lottery.
Yeah, you virtuous, you virtuous piece of shit. Just go be perfect somewhere else. But if you're not perfect like them, then you're gonna need to proceed to option 2, step 1, option 2, and that's just to be decent at something. Just to have the bare minimum.
Because I mean, that's what
to deem that skill.
That's
acceptable.
most people.
Yeah,
most
that's
people we
most
were
people.
talking about earlier.
Most people
Most people run
everything.
at bare minimum.
They half-ass it. But that's where step 2 comes out, and step 2 also has 2 options. Option 1 is to be very attractive.
All right, check.
Because
for Mantis.
basically, if you're just decent at something, but you look good doing whatever it is,
Oh yeah.
I mean, then you're destined for success.
So that's like Paris Hilton's fucking singing career, her music career.
I mean that is until you're no longer worshipped for your fucking mediocrity, and I don't know, you develop a drug addiction or something, and there's an overdose, and then you're actually more popular than ever because you died.
You made the comeback.
So step 2, option 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. Potential trigger warning. Always gotta be the guy that's gonna offend someone. It is what it is. Someone's gotta say it. So, and I don't want this to be taken out of context. I'm not saying anything bad about anyone.
I mean, that's why we're in podcast form. That there's no
but you gotta
taken out of
you'll
context
realize,
here.
You gotta admit it's a little bit true. But step 2, option 2, is to have some sort of physical or mental disability. If you can manage to be decent at something, to overcome your disability and still be decent at something, that's automatic. That's success.
That's true.
And again, I don't want to be the one that has to say this, but it's kind of, at that point, it's...
Well, the thing
It's out of it's
like
one of borderline sympathy. Like, oh,
well, no,
Like
the
you
thing
see the
is,
marathon runners, like the dudes that got no legs and they run a whole marathon. People, there's
and
whole
I'm not
they
necessarily
blow up
saying
on the
anything
internet and everything
bad
like that.
about them.
But the people that did the race that got both legs,
yeah.
they don't get a video about them.
Yeah, they're not over. All they're overcoming is their own laziness. There's nothing that is like an extenuating circumstance that they're having to overcome. Like, it's like, dude, you were dealt every fucking good hand in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, you should have won the marathon.
Yeah.
But really, who's impressive is the person that, like, this guy over here is paralyzed and somehow managing to overcome his paralysis through sheer heart and willpower.
That's great for them. Good job. I mean, but hey, I'm just saying, maybe sometimes it seems a little shitty to the person.
Hey, dude, that'll get you by because there's not always... you look at people that are completely able-bodied, and if they're
what do
mediocre,
they get? They don't get anything.
If they're mediocre at something, it's like, well, dude, fuck,
you should have been better at it.
But it's like,
lazy
if
piece
you're
of shit.
in a wheelchair, it's like, man, well, dude, this dude at least has the work ethic to fucking try. So you know what, dude, work ethic. I was always told that if you won't always be the smartest person in the room, you'll never be the smartest person in the room, but you can always be the most hardworking.
Yeah, that's true.
So on to step 3, the final step. And step 3 is to cram steps 1 and 2 down everyone's fucking throat through various forms of media and social media, just until the point that they just literally scream aloud, "Fuck it," and they accept it. Oh, cool, great, you did it, good job, you win. Here's your prize. Fucking, you're successful. Good job.
I mean,
so
Yeah, take
you just gotta
advantage.
really rub it in their face. Hey, look what I did. Look what I did.
Yeah,
look what I did.
That's the catch me outside syndrome.
Yeah,
that's that little thing
exactly.
right there. You got one little thing that you did, and you
just cram it down their fucking throats. So yeah, simple 3-step program on how to be good at something. There's an optional 4th step, and that's just get a decent camera and start an Instagram. Then, I mean, I don't know. If you did that, go fuck yourself.
Grow some boobs. Grow some big boobs and get a tan.
And get a nice butt and do twerk videos.
So, yeah, hopefully everyone learned a little bit from this on how to be successful.
Yeah. So, I wanted to tell you guys a story. We just got all this brand new equipment. And, I was the lackey that had to go get the things for the studio. And
well, yeah, boxes are great for hauling and transporting things.
That's the purpose of a box.
Exactly.
Yeah, the only help that I was just, hey, have you bought? Hey, did you get the
Mantis
shit?
just puts the things in the box.
Yeah,
know.
I just tell.
Just puts the orders in.
I just bitch at everyone, and I'm like, hey, did you do that? Yeah, hey, you take care of this yet? Hey, this is I don't want to do this. I don't want to be the one to end up doing it. Did you do it? Hey, this is your job. This is your job now. Here's your homework.
So what was your experience on buying it?
So, well, it's not exactly the buying experience. It's what happened before I bought it.
Okay.
So I was driving, and I was pretty close to the store, about ready to pick everything up. I was listening to some music. Everything was chill. And then I stop at this red light. All right, well, to the left of me, there's another lady in a car parked at the same red light.
Well, that's dangerous to see a lady driving.
I mean, already, things are on edge.
Good God.
So then this other car comes behind her and then completely stops. And then he lets off his brake and goes boom and hits the back of her car. So the lady immediately freaks out, comes out of the car to inspect the damage, which there was none, but
yeah, but you're saying, I think that little tap on the ass end of my car.
My my neck.
Yeah, and man, my engine's just not running right. It's just the car's not doing.
The part of this. Okay, so the dude that hit her, he gets out of his car. Okay, and it's still a red light. Okay, he gets out of his car, and I can see in his eyes a look of fear. He was afraid of this woman because she just came out. Her arms were flailing all over the place.
Going Trigglypuff on.
Exactly. It looked like that. She's like just going mad. And, well, eventually I had my window rolled up. So I couldn't hear exactly what they were saying, but I could hear she was kind of loud. And I turned down my music just so I could kind of get a sense of what's going on.
Let's maybe mine a little podcast material out of this situation.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Well, things escalated somehow. She slaps the dude in the arm, and he's like, "Ah!" And then the part that makes this story just so good is the dude that was parked in front of me, who was right next to all this, rolls down his window right after she slaps him and goes, "Woo!"
Yeah, you got the redneck guy that's like, Jerry. You've always got that asshole that is taking a situation and they escalate for like, man, you gonna take that?
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
What, is that a gun in your pocket? Hey, you got a gun right there. Why don't you just? He said, it's like, why don't we just go ahead and escalate this a little more? Come on, let's get us a viral video on our hands. Y'all want to be on YouTube? You've always got that guy.
World star.
Yeah, world star. You've always got that guy. That's in every situation. And if I'm ever in a situation to where there's not one of those guys, I'm like, fuck it. I guess it's me. I guess they say that men don't make history. History makes men. So it's like, man, I guess I'm just fucking chosen. I get world star. Hit here. Yeah, I'll hold your earrings. Come here.
Yeah.
I'm always the one that tries to escalate those issues. I always go to my go-to phrase is like, I bet you won't stick him.
Yeah, exactly. But so they drive off into this parking lot to solve their differences or have a boxing match or whatever they were getting ready to do.
Rock'em sock'em rednecks.
So I just go on to the store and everything goes fine. So I was wondering if you guys had any like crazy like driving experiences.
Actually, I'm so glad you asked that because as soon as you started telling the story, I was like, oh, this actually recently happened to me and a buddy. And I'd forgotten about it. It's great podcasting material. How do I forget that? Thank you for the Spark Box. So
that's what I'm here for.
So I was out with my buddy. It was me, him, and his girlfriend. And we were just doing all kind of different things, going basically shopping. But no guy ever wants to just openly use the term. Oh, we were shopping. So
going in for a little retail therapy,
browsing for new materialistic objects,
some goods,
browsing some wares.
Yeah, so we're heading back, and we come to this stoplight. It's a slight drizzle outside. That amount of rain that people use the term that I hate where they're like, oh, it's just enough rain to piss you off. Never fucking understood that phrase, but that's something for another day. So we're sitting there, and it's funny, I haven't been in many wrecks. Actually, the only one I've ever really been in was bad enough for me to not remember the wreck at all. So it's always an odd experience because it's just the happening of it is just so unexpected. I guess that's
like
why
surreal.
It is what it is.
It's
yeah,
like I was in a wreck. Oh my god, this
it's like,
this
did
is
that just happen? So we're sitting at a red light. We just pulled up, came to a stop, sitting there just listening to music, talking amongst ourselves. And we get a nice solid tap from the back end. I mean, a pretty good one. It felt worse than what it actually turned out being, but yeah, it's just like, it was so unexpected. So,
did you go out and slap the guy?
Well, no, but I decided for some reason, I'm honestly, I'm a real chill, laid back, non-confrontational guy, but sometimes
you're a classy lady.
Yeah, sometimes I get a wild hair up my ass and I decide I'm gonna try and just put you in your place. Because I look back, I see the dude. We pull into this parking lot of this restaurant next to where it happened, and I'm like, I just decided at the last second, I'm gonna mess with this guy. I don't mean it, but I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna mess with him.
It's like, yeah, man, let me get that insurance information, dude. Yeah, this is I guess we're gonna have to let's get a police report.
We pull in and I'm in the passenger seat, and we pull in and he pulls up on my side on the passenger side, and I'm like, all right, that just made this potential for messing with him that much better, cause y'all see me. Well, the listeners don't, but you two here, Box and Mantis, y'all can see I'm a large man. If you didn't know me, I might appear a bit intimidating. I'm not blowing my own horn because I'm not large in a good way, but I'm a very large man.
Oh, he's large in a good way.
You got that right.
You know what I'm saying.
So I'm like, I fly out of the car, I fling my door open, and I get out of that car as fast as I can. I put my crazy eyes on. And as soon as the dude opens his door, I was like, what the fuck? Drive much, man? And he immediately freezes, he goes white in the face. And I just kind of walk away. I just let it sink into him. I want at this point he's thinking, oh god, I'm gonna die.
You said drive much, and I just pictured just like, whoa, sup, bro? Drive much?
That's what I was going for.
Why you hitting yourself?
Roided out
why you hitting yourself?
The roided out douchebag. So a little while goes by, they exchange information, all that. All of a sudden I just go and I have my arms crossed and I got my scary look on, and I just go and stand real close to him. I stand right next to him.
Yeah, you just
look over. I can tell him he's uneasy about the fact I'm standing next to him because I'm not even the driver. It's not my car. I'm not the driver.
It's like
I go stand right next to him, and I just look at him. I was like, dude, I was just fucking with you. I'm not really like that. I was like, I'm messing with you, man. And he's like, oh, yeah, good.
Did you ever think that maybe he wasn't like intimidated by the fact that you were just standing next to him? It was that the fact you're maybe like standing close enough to where your crotch was like pressed against him. He's like,
that's what I was aiming for.
Do you feel this?
Yeah, you feel that? You feel I'm big in a good way. You feel that?
And I decided to mess with him one last time because he gave us his whole story. He's like, oh well. I just got off work and I have my work boots on and I'm not used to driving in them and they were wet, so my foot just slipped off the brake. And you were just like, oh yeah, okay.
Wow, yeah.
And right, we're getting back into our car. I roll down the window. It's like right as he's getting into his car, about to close it out. I was like, hey, look at. I was like, stay off that cell phone, man, and close my door. Like. Just to mess with him, just to let him know you didn't fool me. I know you were on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a young kid, you were on your phone. You're not fooling anyone. So that's my interesting recent experience. This happened just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, young kid in work boots. Yeah, right. You're
not millennials working.
That'll never happen.
In general in America, yeah. Oh yeah, manual labor job. Yeah, right. Those don't exist anymore.
No.
Anyways, we're running a little long today. You've been listening to The Mantis Show. Everybody, thank you so much for all your support out there on Twitter. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, UK. Thank you everywhere in America that's listened to us. Seriously. especially. I don't want to say that. That alienates people.
Hey,
we just need to get
We
my
can't help
favorite.
it that we're the best.
Yeah, well,
okay?
we need to get Australia on here. But anyways, check us out on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, anywhere you get any of your podcasts. Subscribe, give us a rating on iTunes. It really helps us, guys. And thank you for bearing with our audio issues. Follow us on Twitter @The Mantis Show, if I didn't say that already. See you next week.